In order to do so, I am currently joined by Fox 26 Houston's Ruben Dominguez. He is actually at the #1 food bank in the nation, the Houston Food Bank. Ruben, good morning to you. Tell me a little bit about what you are seeing out there a couple of weeks after we spoke while you were freezing in the snow.
Yeah, good morning. It's a lot warmer than that. I'm not going to lie. You know, we're in the about, upper 40s today, so definitely a big change. But yeah, Houston, unfortunately, many thousands of Houstonians still feeling the effects after that ice storm. You know, there are people that still don't have running water, because of all the pipes that burst, and they're waiting for repairs, or they can't live in their homes or their apartments right now. And that just kind of causes a whole domino effect, So we're here at the Houston Food Bank. And at the start of the pandemic, and even now post this ice storm, they were seeing distribution of about 800,000 to 1 million pounds of food a day. So think about that for a second. So they are in need of bottled water. They're in need of canned food. They're in need of bread. They're in need of any kind of ready-to-eat foods here, so they can keep distributing to all of the local food pantries here. And we've covered many of their super site donations, and the amount of people that have been turning out, again, because of COVID, and now post this ice storm, it really kind of brings it home of what kind of need there is. But the Houston Food Bank always rises to the occasion down here. You mentioned it, the #1 food bank in the nation, and they just, they do a fantastic job for parts of our communities that are food insecure. But we talked, as you mentioned a couple of weeks ago, when we were in the middle of the ice storm, and at that point we didn't know how bad it was going to get. We did not know how long the rolling blackouts were going to last. And I've talked to people that were without power for 4 and 5 days. I talked to people who were without power for 30 minutes. I talked to people who never lost power. So it was just kind of this weird, roll of the dice, depending on where you were. But a lot of folks still reeling from the effects of that. We're just not really set up for that kind of thing down here in Texas, to sustain so many days below freezing, and our electrical grid and our electrical providers just could not keep up with it. So the Houston Food Bank, doing what they can to get at least the bare necessities to folks. Again, there's a great need for contributions. There's a great need for water and ready-to-eat food that can be distributed here. And you can go to the HoustonFoodBank.org online if you want to donate, or just Google it. You'll find that if you're somewhere watching this and want to send a couple of bucks down to help some folks here in the Lone Star State, it would be much appreciated.
Yeah, Ruben, we were just playing some video over you on the amount of cars, the lines at the food bank are just shocking. Talk about the demand. I know you said the food bank is also looking for volunteers as well. Is that really the main way people can help?
It is really one of the best way to, if you want to look at it, as in terms of boots on the ground, coming down here, signing up. They need folks to help sort. They need folks to help pack meals. This is a massive facility, and they're set up to, again, they're distributing between 800,000 pounds to 1 million pounds of food a day. That is a lot of food. And these guys do it so well, and they've done it for many years. So they know what they're doing here, and it's really easy to get the volunteers here, get them into an orientation, and then get them right into the rooms where all of the work is done. There was a little bit of lull, I guess, when COVID hit, but they've managed to follow all the COVID protocol and really get it to a point to where people can come in, they can do this safely, they can be safe. Again, if you can donate some cash, that's always good, because it helps keep the lights on. It helps keep the wheels, this well-oiled machine happening. If we were standing outside right now, you would just see large 18-wheeler after 18-wheeler pulling out. They're being loaded in one of the bays back here behind me. So a huge need right now. And Texas is definitely on the, I guess, on the national radar because of the big energy collapse and everything that happened, and kind of put us in that situation. Because unlike many other states, we're deregulated here as far as the energy goes. So this was just the perfect storm of events that happened to put us in this situation, and the Houston Food Bank luckily hasn't missed a beat providing food, shipping food out to all the area pantries to make sure Houstonians get the food, because as you mentioned, those lines, that video you just saw of the cars just as far as the eye could see, unfortunately that's a daily occurrence down here still.
All right, well, Fox 26 Houston's Ruben Dominguez, thank you so much for this update. And it's really great to hear that even despite of the hardships, community members are really stepping up to help each other out.
You got it.
And a huge thank you to Ruben and all of our teams in the state of Texas who were out there braving the conditions to bring us all of the reports and updates regarding power and flooding because pipes were bursting. Really, really unprecedented conditions that we've seen in the Lone Star State for the past couple of weeks. But like you heard him say, the communities across the